This is the future on display at CES 2026. Humanoid robots that spar, taxis that drive themselves, AI companions on your desk, bikes with next-gen batteries, and even robots that fold your laundry. From the US, it looks like the next season of a sci-fi show. Inside China, people are watching these same clips on their phones, and the comments tell a very different story. Robots as workers. Let's start with the robots that look most like us. This humanoid from Unitree isn't just walking in a straight line. It's sparring with a human, dodging, blocking, even taunting like a fighter. On another stage, the next-gen Atlas shows off balance and strength, twisting, turning, lifting with the kind of control that used to exist only in animation. Now jump from the arena to the living room. This is Cloyd, an AI-powered home assistant that folds your laundry, quietly sorting t-shirts and towels while you do something else. On the CES floor in Las Vegas, the message is, robots are ready to help with work, heavy lifting, factory jobs, even house chores. But inside China, the way people see this is shaped by the economy. For entire towns, one big factory can be the main employer. If you think of an American Rust Belt town built around a single auto plant, now imagine thousands of those across the country. Warehouses and logistics centers are similar, like an Amazon warehouse, but scaled up for massive e-commerce platforms. So when Chinese workers see sorting robots and humanoids on their phones, they don't just see a cool demo. They see something that could one day do the night shift alone. One factory worker commented, "The robot never gets tired, never asks for a raise. We joke that we're training our replacements." A delivery driver, basically the Chinese version of an Uber Eats or DoorDash courier, wrote, "These machines are amazing, but every time I see a new one, I wonder how many years of work I have left." Not every comment is anxious. Some are pure excitement, pride that Chinese robotics companies can now stand on the same stage as the US and Japan. 10 years ago, we were copying, one person wrote. Now we're competing. So from the outside, these robots look like helpful coworkers. Inside China, they can look like two things at once, a symbol of progress and a reminder that human workers might be easier to replace. If you were that factory worker, what would you see first, opportunity or a countdown? AI companions in digital life. Not every robot has arms and legs. Some live on your desk or inside your screen. Razer's Project AVA turns an AI into a character in your setup, reacting to your voice, showing expressions, sitting next to your keyboard like a digital roommate. And then there's this little guy. NVIDIA's Grek looks like it rolled straight out of Pixar's WALL-E. Big expressive eyes on a screen, a compact wheeled base, and a personality that makes you forget it's a demo. During Jensen Huang's keynote, Grek is the star. He talks to it in English. "Your name is Grek. Learn how to walk, jump, dance, sit down. Let's take a picture." Grek responds in real time, walking, jumping, dancing, and sitting on command. One Chinese commenter summed it up. "This little guy has evolved again. It can understand what people say, perform all kinds of actions, and even take pictures. So cute." The clip went viral in Chinese tech circles. People called it an upgraded WALL-E and joked, "This is what AGI will look like when it moves into your living room." Some were delighted. "This is the future I signed up for." Others were more serious. "If this is a keynote demo, imagine what's running in labs that we never see." For a Western audience, it feels like a classic keynote moment, the fun, emotional demo everyone shares. For Chinese viewers, it also feels like a preview of AI that doesn't just live in your phone, but acts in the physical world like a playful, intelligent companion. Now zoom out to daily life. In China, a lot of this AI lives inside super apps. Imagine if WhatsApp, Facebook, Uber, PayPal, and Zoom were all combined into one app. Inside those apps, AI tutors and AI chat partners are already part of everyday routines. Students use AI study tools that explain homework step by step. Young office workers use AI to write emails, polish reports, and build slide decks. One person wrote, "My boss still wants the same hours, but with AI, I'm doing almost double the work." There's also a quieter side, loneliness. Some young people are chatting late at night with AI friends inside their messaging apps, digital companions that remember their schedule, favorite food, and music tastes. One university student said, "My AI study partner is always online and always patient. Sometimes I realize I've spent the whole day talking more to an app than to any real person." So while CES sells AI as convenient, cute, and productive, many people in China are asking, if AI is always available and always efficient, does it bring us closer together or slowly replace the human moments we used to have with friends, coworkers, and classmates? When everything around you can listen, respond, and perform, how much real silence is left in your day? Mobility, cities, and daily pressure. Now let's zoom out to the city. This is Lucid's Robotaxi, built with partners like Uber and Nuro. No steering wheel, no pedals, just seats, screens, and software handling every turn. On two wheels, the Verge TS Pro shows what happens when solid-state batteries hit the road. Long range, fast charging, and a design that looks like it rode out of a video game. And watching over all of this, Samsung's ultra-slim 3D display turns city ads into mini holograms. Products and characters that seem to float in front of you as you walk by. From Las Vegas, the story is smarter vehicles, smarter streets, smarter screens. In China, transportation is already very app-driven. Ride-hailing there is huge, like Uber or Lyft, but even more dominant. So when a Chinese driver scrolls past a robotaxi demo, it hits a nerve. One driver commented under a self-driving car video, "I'm not against new tech. I just wonder if there will still be space for drivers like me in 10 years." EV adoption is racing ahead. If you've seen Tesla owners in the US complaining about crowded superchargers, China has its own version. People planning trips around a few reliable chargers, hoping they're not already full or broken. Some comments are hopeful. If the tech really works, maybe I can work fewer hours and still survive. Others are blunt. The city is getting smarter, my life is just getting faster. So while CES shows a future where robotaxis glide through perfectly managed cities and bikes charge in no time, many Chinese viewers are thinking about the gap between that vision and the reality of long hours, tight margins, and infrastructure still catching up. The official future is smooth, quiet, and automated. The everyday future feels more like a constant race to keep up. If the streets get smarter, but your workday doesn't get shorter, is that really progress? Two versions of the future. CES 2026 tells one version of the future. Robots that help, AI that understands you, vehicles that drive themselves, screens that pull you into new worlds. From the US, it feels like the next upgrade pack for modern life. Inside China, people are watching the same clips, but living with different pressures. Robots don't just mean convenience. They might mean fewer shifts at the factory. AI doesn't just mean productivity. It might mean bosses expecting more in the same hours. Smart cities don't just mean cool billboards. They might mean a pace of life that never slows down. There's pride, too. For many Chinese viewers, these demos are proof they're no longer just catching up. They're part of the race at the front. Excitement and anxiety mixed together in the same scroll. It's like two people watching the same movie, but seeing different stories. One person sees a world of convenience and cool gadgets. The other sees a world where they quietly wonder, will this make my life better or just make me easier to replace? And this isn't just a China story. How 1.4 billion people adapt to these machines will shape how cheap your products are, how fast your deliveries arrive, and how your own job is valued, whether you live in New York, London, or a small town in the middle of nowhere. The technology is impressive. The human story in China, in the US, everywhere, is still being written. So when you look at this future, whose story do you see? Tell me in the comments. And if you want more real stories behind these shiny demos, from inside China's factories, cities, and homes, subscribe and stick around.